Good evening, Westwood, and welcome to Bader Gymnasium. Friday night basketball between our Westwood Wolverines and the visiting Holliston Panthers. Evan Cardamino, Morgan Donahue, and folks, tonight we have a very special game. Two of the top teams in the TVL Large going at it. And both teams obviously looking to come away with a win because, you know what, a win will put you on the right path to chasing after that TVL Large title, which you want to win, and you also want to win as the solo TVL Large champ.
Well, these two teams are neck and neck, Morgan. Today, the Wolverines come in 10-3. Holliston half a game back at 10-4. But both teams, when Holliston comes to town, Morgan, it's always a match no matter what sport it's in. Both these teams are looking to get a competitive advantage. Just talking to the assistant AD before the game, to battle the cold in this building. It's a little chilly in here tonight. The Westwood Boys have brought a space heater. As far as we know, the Holliston Panthers don't have one. So a little bit of trying to find the advantage wherever you can, but that's kind of what you expect from these two teams when they play each other. It's a deep-seated rivalry. There are guys on both teams that played in the football game. Yep. It's one of those things that when Holliston comes to town, it's one of those games you have circled on your calendar, and I expect the Wolverines to come out firing big. Expect a big game from Robert Liriano Alejandro.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I saw the Den Post today. Word in the street, he's looking to drop 30 tonight. So the player we're going to have to watch tonight, he's a guy who can easily do it. But, you know, these guys are fired up. Expect to see a good crowd tonight. Expect to see a good game tonight. It's going to be close between two really good teams. And this is a match, like you said, that's going to have TVL large implications at the end of the year.
And Evan, I mean, we got a minute left of warm-up, and the Den is already pretty much, you know, really starting to pack itself in here. So typically it's a late kind of moving crowd, especially on the Den side, you know, as they start to come in after like pasta dinners and whatnot. So this is a really good sign of the crowd that's going to continuously come in to watch the Wolverines take on big-time matchup in the Holliston Panthers, a team that Jay Risha refuses to wear red because of, and I love it because he is all Westwood. He bleeds the green and white just like the best of us, and it's a rivalry that it's not just football, it's every other sport, and we want to win every single matchup we have when it comes to Westwood versus Holliston. So tonight, it's a big one. You know, this is Holliston has certainly gotten the accolades and the recognition of the great team they have thus far. Both teams, Westwood obviously talked about them and what they've been doing all season. 10-3 on the year, number 17 in the power rankings. We're going to kick things down to floor level to Jay Risha for tonight's opening introductions.
Merchandise brand that has the mission to spread happiness and positivity in the world while supporting individuals affected by mental health challenges. Proceeds from tonight's raffle tickets will support club initiatives that aim to strengthen mental wellness in our school community. The drawing will take place after the game. Winners will be notified by phone or text. Once again, stop by the raffle table in the lobby to support Westwood High's Active Minds Club. Thank you. Fans, if I could have your attention, please. Westwood is committed to the highest ideals of sportsmanship as well as establishing a healthy environment for competition. During the game, please be considerate and respectful to the players, coaches, officials, and the fans by demonstrating good sportsmanship and respect for all in attendance. Thank you. And now, if I could direct your attention to the court, introducing tonight's starting lineups. Beginning with the visiting Holliston Panthers. Number 10, singing along to the playing of our national anthem.
Evan, you may need to turn the volume down tonight at some point. The Den is here early, and they are active, they are loud, and they are ready for tip-off.
I might need to already, Morgan. They're pretty energetic. They're pumped up. We're pumped up. It's one of those games where you know it's going to be full of energy.
No question about it. And this is what it's all about. We've been waiting for this kind of game, Evan.
We missed it. I mean, you know, we originally were going to do the December 19th game in Norwood. Due to some issues, we had to postpone that game, but I think this is the crowd we would have expected at this game is the crowd we're getting tonight, but we love to have that crowd. You know, it's always fun when the Den comes out, the families come out to support, you know, Friday night hoops. What more could you want?
You see a lot of athletes, you see hockey players, lacrosse players, fellow students. You gotta love it. As we are about ready to get underway here at Bader Gymnasium, starting lineup, starting with the visiting Holliston Panthers. Number 10, Ethan Suhaja. Number 11, Gabe DeJesus. Number 13, Nick Flannery. Number 15, Cooper Fermani. Number 44, Luke McHugh. Opening tip, won by the Panthers. For your Wolverines, Robert Liriano Alejandro, Adrian Ortiz, Ty Pindell, John Power in there, as well as Leo Chalongwa. Wolverines, some strong defense early, but Panthers able to put that one in. And that was Sahaja, who Coach Ryan Douglas said, keep an eye on him. He's their stud. Holliston on the board early. Looking to get off to a hot start, as Westwood looking to do the same themselves. Liriano Alejandro driving to the hoop, no good, rebounded by Suhaja. Panthers working the pick play. Working inside the paint, holding on it is Suhaja. Gonna kick it over to 13, Flannery. Flannery working at lefty. A little pull up and shot, and good by DeJesus. Nice clean shot there by DeJesus. Put Panthers up 4-0. Wolverines working around. John Power getting the start tonight. He certainly earned it, played well off the bench in the last several games, as well as Zaneski. Those two have been a two-headed monster when it comes to the bench play. Mendel handed off to Chalongwa. Chalongwa to Ortiz. Faking on the shot, driving, and then a pull-up off the back rim, rebounded by Suhaja. Suhaja looking to push the pace. Stops on it. Just off to DeJesus for three. Rebound by Ortiz. Ortiz looking up court. He's got Pindell who settles it down inside. Pass to Chalongwa. Chalongwa trying to drive, running out of room. Finds Liriano Alejandro with the fadeaway is good. Beautiful shot there by Robert Liriano Alejandro. One of the guests last night on the Westwood Living Sports Show.
Him and Leo.
Fantastic last night. Very excited about how they've been playing this year and also the future games ahead as the Wolverines driving and they put it in for two. Liriano Alejandro on the assist to Ortiz with the finish.
Exactly the response you want. Holliston got out to a quick 4-0 lead. Westwood's responded here, tied this back up. Now it's big playing defense, not allowing opportunities like that for Holliston to take the lead 6-4.
That was a nice pass by McHugh inside, and a quick layup for the Panthers to go back up 2.
You know, expect this game to be a bit of a back and forth, Morgan. We covered this game here 2 years ago live. It was one of the first live basketball games I did for Westwood Media Center. It was a double overtime win for the Wolverines.
That one had like a couple thousand views too.
I think that was one of our most viewed live games. I think maybe the Holliston football game has surpassed it at this point. I'd have to double check, but one of the biggest games we covered, one of the craziest games I ever covered across all of my sports career. So.
5 on the shot. Wolverine's got to shoot it. Power does. In and out. Haja gets the bound.
But that's what you go ahead.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
That's what you can expect when these two teams come to town. Back and forth, a lot of back and forth.
And rainbow 3, no good. Ortiz comes down with it over to Robert, who's driving to the hoop, draws a foul. And he will shoot 2. And Evan, I've seen a lot of games so far this year, and we can also talk about last year. Robert Liriano Alejandro, fearless. He will take serious contact, hit that court so hard. I mean, I've sat under the hoop and heard him hit the wood floor, and, you know, prime example there. Fearless to drive to the hoop. You got to love that kind of leadership.
I mean, you have to be fearless in basketball. You know, you're going to make contact on the hardwood floor. It's not fun. I don't know if you've ever landed on a hardwood floor as Liriano Alejandro makes his first
Only
one
when
there.
I'm slipping on a after coming in the out of the snow and I don't wipe my feet down, and all of a sudden you have one of those. The feet go out from under you.
It's not fun. You have to be tough, and Bobby Buckets is tough.
He is tough as nails, and he nails both of those free throws. Tie it up at 6. Westwood putting a little pressure in on the defense now. Love when they do that, as you see there, forcing a turnover.
Well, that's what I like about that full court press when you do it against a team like this. Holliston's trying to make those long passes and get it in on their zone quick, trying to bypass the Westwood defense. But what it causes is it forces a lot of errant passes. So it's a smart. If that's the offense Holliston's going to play, it's a smart defensive adjustment by Coach Douglas.
Robert. One-on-one with Sahaja. 2 of the TVL's best going one-on-one. That's a great matchup to keep an eye on. Kendall working inside, using the big physical frame. Looking for power as he's driving. Out of bounds, going to be a Panther ball.
We're looking to see some of the first substitutions maybe coming for the
Panthers going to have a couple ready to go. Checking in is Jack McDonald, as well as number 32, Cal Laverne. Going to replace McHugh, as well as De Jesus.
Starting 5 still out there for the Wolverines at this point. That's maybe something you expect against a good team like the Holliston Panthers, but I expect to see some of those role players. Look for Zaneski. When we covered this team last, Zaneski had a huge game as a block there.
Pendel with the block again. You know what? It's still going to stay with the Panthers, but those are momentum-building plays.
Nothing gets a momentum going on getting the block.
No quit type play. You know, those are lasting. A quick catch, shot, in and out. Pendel gets the rebound.
Also probably a little hard for the Holliston Panthers to get blocked in the den section. They're there to let you hear it, you know?
Their presence is felt, and it was early and often. And then we got the mini den set up again up top left, Evan. They've been, here all season. Pendel outside the arc. It's a block from Shalongwa. Robert going to pull up, and it is good. Baseline jumper. Those are difficult shots, and he's making that look easy. Robert with 6 points here in the first quarter.
Well, that's what you want to see out of Liriano Alejandro, too, is you want to get that long range going. Morgan, we haven't seen a 3-point attempt yet so far this game. So, this could be driving to the bucket old school basketball.
Ooh, we get a whistle, and it's a blocking foul on Westwood. So the thing, too, is we haven't seen a driving layup by Rob. That's one of his bread and butters is the driving layup. Just so smooth at it. He knows how to, time it well where it's not going to get blocked. And he knows how to get another step on a player with his speed and also his athleticism.
Right, if he can get that going here, that's going to be huge for the Wolverines, As the crowd makes some noise, as Holliston looks to take their first shot and they miss it. Yeah. But that's going to be huge. If you can get Bobby Buckets working down low in the paint and getting some opportunities, that's huge. I mean, those are high probability shots no matter who you are. So if you can get him going, I mean, that's going to be big momentum-wise. but I like to see what they can also do beyond the arc.
Second one is good to put Panthers within one. So Wolverines up 8-7. We have Dylan Zaneski in the game replacing Leo Chalangwa. As we mentioned, good crowd here tonight at Bader Gymnasium for TBL Large Basketball. Very meaningful game as both vying for TBL Large title. Ortiz driving, that was just a little bit short. Ball in the hands of the Panthers. Haja, one-on-one with Robert Liriano Alejandro, and a three is good from the outside by Leverone. Zaneski gonna work it up. Westwood setting up their offense. Ortiz looking into Ryan Douglas, the coach for the Wolverines, on the drawn-out play. So methodical, timing, positioning, matchups, all considered into these plays. A nice pass down low to Lipton.
That's a foul.
That gets blocked, and we get a foul called as Lipton was going up. He'll shoot too. But a beautiful timing pass to a driving Lipton, who's been going to the hoop and doing a good job all season of just making his presence felt every time he's out there on the court.
Absolutely. And, you know, it mentions Zaneski too. He's out there as well. Watch him from behind the arc. He's dangerous as Lipton makes his first. But this is also big too. Westwood so far, 3 for 3 on foul shots. I probably just jinxed them, but, you know, that's big. If you can get these opportunities. I have jinxed them, so I apologize.
Oh, did he get another shot? Nope.
No.
Oh, okay, the announcer jinx, Evan.
It is
won.
real.
I'm going to count it. He's on the board for his first official announcer jinx.
Yep. I don't think that's my first. I think I've had a few. But
I've definitely had double digits.
yeah, I'm probably there as well.
But then we've also had you know, moments where we've almost manifested, you know, things in games.
Just trying to go for
Last
that.
time, though, you know, especially girls soccer, last time they had a corner kick from this area. It was a header goal and a three-pointer for the Panthers. Jack McDonald for three, puts them up 4.
Panthers have found some momentum from beyond the arc, but for Westwood right here, it's about just getting any points you can, whether it's from off a foul shot, whether it's a 2-point layup, whether it's from beyond the arc from Pindell right here.
In and out on Pindell, loose, picked up by the Panthers.
It's going to be crucial here in the last minute 30 to slow down this Holliston attack. Don't let them get out to too much of a lead.
Oh, that looked like a walk. No call. Ball still loose, and then put away by Edward Daniels. That looked like a sure walk by Suhaja as the Panthers take a 6-point lead. Westwood's been leaving the Panther players somewhat open for three, so they gotta really make some adjustments on that front. Rob gets fouled. And that's a foul called on, looks like 32, Cal Leverone for the Panthers. Baz Ganson gonna check in for Pindell. We have a minute exactly left here in the first quarter.
But you mentioned it, Morgan. Westwood's been kind of leaving them open from beyond the arc. It's almost, they're kind of daring them to take that shot. Hey,
yeah.
we necessarily think that maybe you can't get that shot. Yeah. But so far, Holliston's proved them wrong. And I'd like to see how Westwood adjusts defensively going into the second period. As
there it is.
There
we were talking about, the driving layup. He makes that look so easy. He does it so quick, and he's just, you know, the touch on that spin is incredible. So Robert Liriano Alejandro, 8 points in the first quarter, has the Wolverines within 4. 31 seconds and counting left here in the first quarter. Panthers looking inside, no one there. Wolverine ball.
You know, another adjustment I like to see too going into the second quarter is, you know, we love seeing Bobby Buckets get 8 points in the first, but it'd be nice to see Westwood get some of the other role players involved.
Get them going, get their confidence going. You know, Baz Ganson is a guy who's been getting some big buckets when he's coming off the bench. Brady Lipton as well. Also have Zaneski. We've seen the Zaneski Rainbow 3 too, so we've got a bunch of different guys who are dangerous. And I didn't even mention Adrian Ortiz, and he is cold-blooded when he plays in the big games, making big buckets. Oh, and he finds an open Ganson in the corner. Shot short, and does not beat the buzzer before the Wolverines had another opportunity, but that is where the score is at. 15 Holliston, 11 Westwood. We'll take a quick break, folks. We'll be right back. You're watching Westwood Media Center coverage of Westwood Boys Basketball.
Nothing in sports happens without commitment. You have to commit to prepare. You have to commit to compete. And when the game is on the line, you have to commit to making a decision and trust your preparation. The same is true when it comes to orthodontics. When you commit to improving your smile, you're making a commitment to a better life. Your mouth is the front door to your health. And who doesn't love showing off a beautiful smile when you're celebrating with friends and teammates? Arch Orthodontics is committed to you and being part of creating an even better you. When you're ready to commit, you know who to call.
Westwood High School Sports brought to you by Arch Orthodontics, creating generations of beautiful smiles with expert orthodontic care. And Neroli Ristorante, authentically Italian.
Welcome back, folks. Panthers with a 4-point lead after 1 quarter of basketball. Wolverines going to send out the same players they had to finish off the first quarter as they look to get some points back on the board, get their game going. It was kind of a feeling out process for both teams. You know, really some, some strong defense on Rob, but, you know, Rob's still coming away with 8 points in the first quarter.
I mean, that's something you're going to expect from most of these teams from here on out who have done their film study, who have watched this Westwood team. They're going to be looking to guard number 2 as best they can all night, no matter what team you get. So expect that. So it's going to be key to get some of your other guys involved here.
Jansen. That's Zaneski. Zaneski kicks out to Rob. Rob going to work it in. And one-on-one with Sahaja. Nice move. And gets blocked by Edward Daniels. Good block there by Daniels. Got a clean hand on the ball. And then Sahaja will look there. Ball goes down. Going to be a foul called on Rob. Liriano Alejandro.
Morgan worth mentioning, a clean first quarter for the Wolverines. Only 1 foul. So,
you know what? Hey. Nice and clean, but also not afraid to use them when you need them too. Yeah. That was a good foul there, you know, as they're fighting for rebounds. So.
Well, and it's going to help later on in this game too, because I guarantee this game's going to be one of those games where later on those fouls might be crucial to have, and you don't want to have a guy like Bobby Buckets or Adrian Ortiz to be at 3-4 fouls, so they don't want them to foul out late.
It changes their game too. Like when you were close, you're not really playing solid defense. You know, you're playing fearful of trying to get aggressive if you need to be. So rebound by the Wolverines. Ganson. Going to lead it up. He's got Ortiz cutting. Ganson working inside. The hand on the ball was the Panthers, but Westwood able to keep the possession. Lipton sends it over to Ganson back on the far side corner. He's driving in. Pivots, holds onto it to Ortiz off the glass.
What a layup by Ortiz. Rolled it right off the fingertips and it went in cleanly.
Huge pass, nice finish there between Ortiz and Ganson.
You know, one thing Holliston does really well defensively is as soon as a Westwood player drives in, there's 3 or 4 guys there to stop it. That's something that's going to be really hard.
And a steal by Ortiz. Ortiz over to Lipton. Lipton puts on the brakes, a little long there, but rebounded by Robert. As the Wolverines, as you saw in the last bucket, got the den up and running. Wolverines get another one. They'll certainly be very, very loud after the next bucket if they can get one here. As Pindell and Chalungwa going to check in a little bit as Robert kicks it out to Ganson. Ganson going into the paint, driving, and that's going to be called a travel. Took some contact, but I see the officials, you know what? It doesn't matter. You know, if you're getting contact, they still want you to see you get rid of that ball. So it's going to be a Panther ball. They still hold a 2-point lead. We got Chalungwa and Pindell back in the game, placing Ganson and Lipton. Picking the ball up is DeJesus, and a turnover. Zaneski looking for Liriano Alejandro. Too much on that pass, goes out of bounds.
Just a bit ahead of him, but it was a great look. That's the type of plays you want to get. You like to see Westwood starting to get the turnovers
fast
too.
Break, yeah,
back-to-back steals. You know, one of the things is, you know, they've slowed down the Holliston attack. They went on a little bit of a run there. I believe it was if I remember correctly, a 8-0 run between Westwood's next buckets. So one of those things is the basketball is stuck under the bleachers.
Under the bleachers.
Actually.
He's going to throw them one from the rack over here.
Yeah, I mean, we have a couple down here we could help him out with, but, you know, they slowed that offensive attack. Since then, it's been all Westwood.
Rob playing tough defense on Sahaja. Sahaja kicks it out and then stepping out of bounds. It's going to be a Wolverine possession. That was Fermani stepping out of bounds, and it all started from the Liriano Alejandro defense. He was all over Sahaja.
You know, we talk about Rob's offensive prowess a lot, but one thing I feel like we don't give him enough credit for is his defensive ability. He can help get a turnover or steal when you need him most. He's there for the rebounds. He is all over the court when you watch him play.
He can do it all. Zaneski, rainbow three, good! Ties it up!
The banks are open on Friday night, Morgan.
Oh my goodness, beautiful three by Zaneski. And Holliston driving, no good. Kendall comes away with the board. Bobby looking to push it. He's cutting a couple D, a little spin to his left. No good, rebound by Chalongwa, puts it back.
Huge play by Chalongwa there to be there. Two defenders on Rob, just didn't quite get it. He's there for the rebound, put back two.
Westwood now up 3. Westwood getting their game going. Got a little pep in their step now. And blocked! Chalongwa with the block! And he's got the Den up on their feet.
Huge block. Might have to be a candidate already early for play of the month. That was huge.
That was monstrous. When you get the blocks that go out of bounds too, those are ones you remember.
That's what you gotta like about Leo's game too. About once a game he has a play that just makes you go,
and
wow.
There you go, rebound by Leo. I think all we need now, Evan, is a Leo dunk. The roof might come off.
We've been itching for it, Morgan. We asked him a bunch.
There he goes, looking in, driving layup. No good. But he's right there on the ball. Gets the steal. Zaneski comes away with it. Great effort by Leo. Missed on the driving layup. No quit. Gets the hand on the ball. Gets the turnover. Ball back in Westwood's hands. Ortiz. That ball gets stolen. Stolen by Sahaja. Nice steal by Sahaja. A talented player both defensively and offensively. But Westwood making, the Panthers uncomfortable. These passes are off the money. Shot from the outside, that's long. Chalongwa. He's had about 3 rebounds in about a minute and a half. Westwood pushes the pace now, slows it down. Lindell going head to head with 44. McHugh driving. Goes out of bounds, going to stay with Westwood. Imagine a lot of crossover between the football and basketball players here from the Thanksgiving game.
I mean, you gotta imagine if they see 5 on the court, they're thinking about that a little bit in the back of their head if they're on that football team. So.
No question. Robert, the inbound. He's wide open behind the arc. Long, and still loose. Great rebound by Power, back in the hands of Robert. Power, great anticipation on that rebound to locate it and then get quick hands on it. Lindell. Back over to Power. Power loses it. That's another steal by Sahaja. Got to keep an eye on him. He's aggressive, getting hands-on balls on defense, and he's caused a few turnovers.
He is. That was a clean steal by Sahaja. He's one of their best.
And somehow Panthers able to rim that one in by DeJesus. Gets them to within 1, and a timeout called by Holliston. So Westwood up 18-17. Timeout called. Both teams going to talk through this. What do you like that you've seen so far, Evan?
You know, I think the big thing I like out of Westwood is they've sort of figured it out a bit. I think that first quarter was kind of feeling it out, seeing what's happening, what Holliston will give you, what you can give them. And, we're at a point where the Wolverines have really found their stride offensively. I think the key to this game is going to be driving to the hoop and getting those looks under the hoop. I don't think you're going to see a lot of 3-pointers out of Westwood tonight, actually. I was hoping I would because I like a 3. We got one from Zaneski. But I really don't think that's going to be key to their game today. I think the big thing for the Wolverines is just driving the hoop, continue to get buckets down there. If you do that, I think you can outpace Holliston. But the Panthers are good. They're a good team. You have to play clean against them. they can steal and they can make quick turnovers, get points off of quick, fast breaks. So if you're the Wolverines, play smart, don't force passes, don't panic if you can. If you have the lead or you're only down a bucket or two, don't panic, because you can control this game quick and you can come back from it. Saw him come back from 6 points already. So for the Wolverines, it's just a matter of playing your game.
Yep. Getting your game. You're playing comfortable when, you know, you are playing your style of basketball and you're not chasing, and you're being able to dictate kind of how the other team has to play you. And we've been seeing this, you know, the last 5 minutes. I don't think the Panthers have been comfortable when trying to move that ball around. Those balls, the passes they've had, haven't been on the money. They've been a little bit off.
No, and meanwhile, you're seeing Westwood have a willingness to sort of take it down to about 10 seconds on the shot clock. Right now we got 16, but they're not going to rush it. They're going to wait till the good shots.
McGowan with the catch shot.
That was a hard bucket by McGowan. I know it looked like a jump shot, but I almost
It's a
can tell you.
comfortable one for him, being a football player, catching it at the highest point, quick turn and shot like that. That's one that a receiver can do very easily.
And the Holliston player right in his face when he took that shot, no problem for McGowan.
And the answer by the Panthers for Monty.
But no, Westwood, you're going to see right here, they're going to get comfortable, set up a play, see what Holliston gives you. They're not necessarily at this point running down the clock per se, but they're playing their game and they're playing comfortable and in control, and that's what you want to see.
Robert out of nowhere, and then he picks off for a three. Boom! So Robert tracks down the rebound off the McGowan shot, came out of nowhere, then worked his way to the three-point line, and then buries it. Puts the Wolverines up 4, and Wolverines come away with the steal. Buckets, driving, lefty. No good. Sahaja comes away with it. That would have got the fans going. But Robert after that three. $11 points for Bobby Buckets. Good defense, good help too. They had power, strong defense with help from Leo. Ball goes out, gonna stay with Westwood.
And Morgan, another thing worth mentioning, 54 seconds left in the half.
Yeah.
One foul across both teams, and it's on Robert. So it has been a clean game so far.
It has been very clean.
And that's something I think you're gonna see change in the second half.
Wolverines doing the early countdown, but you know what? Hey, well done there by Panthers, driving and getting that one in. Ortiz looking to answer for the Wolverines, kicks it out to Pindell. 35 seconds remaining here in the first half. Wolverines up 23-21. Evan Cardamino, Morgan Donnie here. Westwood Media Center coverage. TVL large basketball, both teams vying for the #1 spot as Robert from the outside, in and out. This is what it's all about, Evan, when you get the two of the best in the TVL large going at it here at home. The Den is here. We got a big crowd. Driving layup, no good. Wolverines have it with 5 seconds. They're gonna need to work it up court to get a shot off. Pindell releases it. Oh, just short. Looked good from this angle. And that is the end of the first half. Wolverines with a 2-point lead, leading 23-21. Evan, any final thoughts from the first half?
Morgan, I don't want to jinx it. I've jinxed a couple things already this game, but I'm going to say this. I think we have an instant classic on our hands brewing at this moment. These are two teams that are going to go back and forth all night. For Westwood, I think the big thing I've liked out of them is they're playing their game and the offensive rebounds. That's another thing I wanted to mention before. They're driving and getting their own offensive rebounds, creating those second and third chance opportunities. That's going to be huge for them late in the second half. So for the Wolverines, keep playing your game. Yep. It's going to be an intense one, and we got a good one on our hands.
Absolutely, folks. Buckle up. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back after a short message for the start of the second half. You're watching Westwood Media Center coverage of Westwood Boys Basketball.
Nothing in sports happens without commitment. You have to commit to prepare. You have to commit to compete. And when the game is on the line, you have to commit to making a decision and trust your preparation. The same is true when it comes to orthodontics. When you commit to improving your smile, you're making a commitment to a better life. Your mouth is the front door to your health. And who doesn't love showing off a beautiful smile when you're celebrating with friends and teammates? Arch Orthodontics is committed to you and being part of creating an even better you. When you're ready to commit, you know who to call.
Westwood High School Sports brought to you by Arch Orthodontics, creating generations of beautiful smiles with expert orthodontic care. And Neroli Ristorante, authentically Italian.
Both teams back on the court, ready here for the second half. Robert Liriano Alejandro leading the Wolverines from the first half, 11 points. And really setting the tone for that first half. Some good complimentary scoring as well, helping out, chipping away. Adrian Ortiz with 4 points. Dylan Zaneski had a big 3. Chalungwa on the board as well. Lipton made the free throw, and then Teddy McGowan, the catch shot to get us to where we're at. Wolverines up 2, 23-21.
You know, it's going to be a big second half here. Expect a lot out of Robert Liriano Alejandro. Expect to see Chalungwa get in the game a bit, you know, have more of an impact. He's already had a big impact so far, but expect to see him step up. I look to see out of Adrian Ortiz. I want to see him step up big. I think he can do it. He's one of those guys. If you get that's Westwood's big 3. If you can get them going, they're a hard team to stop. So I look to those 3 tonight to see how they step up when the lights are starting to get a little brighter. This is a great test for the Wolverines as we look to head into the getting prepared for the MIAA playoffs here. A lot on the line as is, but that's another thing you like to see. You know, these types of games. How are you handling it when the lights are bright? So it's going to be a fun second half.
How do you slow down time when your heart's racing and the pressure's high? And I think that's the key, is how do you think rationally when your body wants to think emotionally? And that's how you see players getting Zen states. And Robert Liriano Alejandro already with a big steal here to kick off the second half, driving himself off the glass.
I think Bobby Bucket's resting heart rate is at 110 at all times because he is calm under pressure.
He is cool as a cucumber. Panthers driving inside. Robert with the block. It steps out of bounds.
Well, we know Bobby Buckets is big under pressure. We saw him in that game against Norwood last year hit that shot to win the game. So, you know, we know if this game comes down to that, you expect to see it in his hands late.
And it doesn't matter. You could have 2 or 3 guys on him. He'll find room. He'll find the lane. He creates it. If it's not there, it doesn't matter. Finds a way. Shot from the Panthers. That's no good. In the hands on Ortiz. Ortiz pushing the pace up to Robert. Robert driving. Off the glass again. Right side this time. 4 points quickly here in the second half by Robert.
I think he wants to get to that 30 mark quickly here, so we see a foul.
Oh. That went in and out. It could have been a potential 3-point play or 3-point opportunity for the end one. They're going to shoot 2. McHugh is going to shoot. Foul is on Pindell. No good.
Yeah, the Den making some noise trying to throw him off. Always like it when the Den tries to throw off the visiting team.
They always
It's
get
always
creative.
fun.
So Liriano Alejandro, 15 points in the game so far. He's in impeccable shape. That was one thing that Coach Douglas talked about before the season. I feel like he could play a whole game without any rest. You know, these games aren't very long, unless you go to overtime. But he's in incredible shape. I feel like he could stay on that court all game long.
You know, I think that's one of the things too that Coach Douglas does a great job. You know, me and Marie last year actually, and Michael McGrail, former intern at Westwood Media Center, we sat in on a practice and got some film footage for it.
Oh! Contested 3 there too by Robert. 18 points for Robert.
But as I was saying, we sat in on practice. One of the things that Coach does a really good job of is conditioning.
Yeah, and an answer for the Panthers. Nice shot there by Cooper Fermani. Gets Panthers within 5. Westwood up 30-25. Liriano Alejandro, the hot hand right now for the Wolverines. He's going to work his way around the infield as the Wolverines move the ball around. Pindell, right back to Robert. Robert, kicking off to Pindell, who's driving. Lefty, then righty, off the glass and in for two.
The Wolverines are humming right now, Morgan. Everything seems to be falling their way at the moment.
Pindell on the board now. He was very impactful in the first half, but mostly on the defensive side and rebounds, but gets his first points there. Wolverines up 7. Inbound to Sahaja. Sahaja over to De Jesus. Great defense by Power. Robert there, right on Sahaja, but the great pass over to McHugh for the finish there. Robert got McHugh on him. Over to Chalongwa. Chalongwa. Over to Ortiz. Ortiz, pull up on the right side. Hits the rim, took a bounce off the glass, had another opportunity, bounced off the rim again. Panthers working it their way, no good. A little pass to Alejandro, and he makes it, adding to his totals. 20 points for Liriano Alejandro. And a lot of time left in this game.
I think that's what our watch is right now, Morgan. Will he get to the 30 mark?
Yeah. 30 watch for Bobby Buckets. This is what you need in big games, is your best players to play their best basketball, and Robert has been doing that all season long. Inbound goes to De Jesus. He's got Power all over him. Trying to create some space, pulls up shot, and that is good. 2-point shot there by De Jesus. Yeah, it was a 18-footer there for De Jesus. Westwood going to slow the pace down. Brady on the screen. Westwood goes the other way. Pindell hands off to Bobby. Bobby goes inside, goes then outside to reset. Power. Back to Pindell. Wolverines moving the ball nicely as they're looking to see what play creates a lane. And miscommunication on that pass, goes out of bounds, going to go to the Panthers. Substitutions coming in for the Panthers. Checking in is Jack McDonald as well as Cal Leveroni. Now we have Aiden Rodman in the game for the Wolverines. He's been a great player for Wolverine, made some big baskets this year. Had the big basket against Medway to put them up 3. Medway ultimately tied it to go to overtime. Ty had a big 3 for the Wolverines. That's a 3 by Panthers, no good, but the rebound was put away. Gets them to within 3. Westwood up 34-31. Rodman drawn up the play. Over to Robert. Robert, little fadeaway. Oh, looked good. Hit the side of the rim, left side of the rim, but he gets a steal. Go 1-on-2, pass to Ortiz, yes! So good on defense as well.
It's just a high IQ play. He read that exactly. He was there, had Ortiz on the side, easy 2 for the Wolverines.
Love to see that. Scores from big steals. Ortiz, good defense there. Nowhere to go for Sahaja. 3 is long.
And you know, that's the sign of a well-coached team there too. You know, I gotta give credit to Coach Douglas. He's a smart guy. We talked about
driving, draws the foul. He's gonna shoot 2.
We talk about it all the time. This is a really well-coached team, but he's teaching these guys what to do in these situations. He's teaching them how to read these defenses, and it's huge at this level. If your players can start to pick that up, it just helps you, and that's what you see. So you know, that's a big, you know, it's a big show on, you know, Coach Douglas. You know, you talk to these guys, all these guys on the team, they love Coach Douglas. They respect him. You know, you talk to these guys, they say nothing but great things about him, and he's done a really fantastic job this season.
So we have an update in the girls' game. Evan, it's already over. Girls winners, 46-20 over the Panthers.
That's a huge win for them too.
Grit Award goes to the full team. So a great team effort by the girls basketball team with a big win on the road. Congrats to AK Joyce, Nikki Delaney, and team. Well done.
And now the fun challenge for them is, will they be able to get back in time for the end of this game?
Yes, that's always the, there we go. Robert driving, takes contact, doesn't matter. .22 for Robert.
Bobby Buckets has put the team on his back this third period.
Yep. There we go. Bobby. Oh, and they're going to call a foul. He's going to shoot two. He drew contact there. He's got 22 points with 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter.
They're going to timeout here from the Holliston coach. But what a game by Bobby Buckets. We talked about it. You said 22?
22.
22. I think that, you know, the reason I got my word on the street is I saw it on the Westwood Den Instagram account. They said that they heard on the word on the street was a Bobby Buckets 30-point game incoming. But I think he's a little motivated to prove him right. He doesn't want to be proven wrong here. So, but that's great to see. This whole team is starting to fire on all cylinders. They're starting to read the defense, get the turnovers, get the rebounds. They're not really pulling away. Holliston's able to kind of keep in pace, which is is a sign of a good team. These are teams that are going back and forth, but Westwood right now is just getting sort of the advantage of it. They're capitalizing on those steals. They're capitalizing on those fast breaks. Even there where, yeah, we have 2 foul shots incoming, that's still 2 opportunities, or it's either that or a layup. So, you know, for the Wolverines, they are firing on all cylinders right now, but the big thing is can you keep that momentum going?
Yep. Bobby Buckets likes the bright lights. Bobby Bright Lights as well.
I like that nickname, actually. But
2 free throws upcoming for Mr. Buckets. Westwood, a 7-point lead, looking to add to it.
3 fouls so far this third quarter. We have not seen a high fouling game so far. Westwood, I believe, in total for the game, 4. They had 2 in the first quarter.
Very disciplined.
1 each in the second and so far the third. So a well-disciplined team as well. Same for Holliston. I don't think they've had more than 2 in a quarter. So
good. Gannon with the rebound. I thought Robert was going to go for the 3. That would have been incredible. 4 points in the span of 2 seconds.
Still good.
Driving, pulls up, ricochets, but ends up in the hands of Rodman. They're going to give it right back to Robert. He looked for a second. I thought he was going to pull the Ephra for a minute. Holds on it.
That's a long
smart
range
because he's got Coach Douglas drawing up a play from the bench. Pass down low to Lipton. Lipton outside to Robert. Robert going to drive. Will pull off jumper. No good. Rebound by Holliston. A foul called by Westwood. I think it's going to be on Lipton.
Yep.
And that is Westwood's second team foul, and that's Brady's first foul. Holliston gonna inbound the ball right to Sahaja. Sahaja is everything is advertised. Heard about him before the game, and he has been everything that I heard about. Good offensive player, great defender. Certainly has the impact on every Holliston game. And he has tonight.
He certainly has been a standout player for these Panthers, and he's been really controlling the offense, but Westwood's done a good job of sort of slowing him down a bit. You can tell if you don't put 2 guys on him, he could make this game out of hand easy as he takes a 3 there.
Very good. Long. Rebound, though, by Holliston. Jack McDonald. Over to Daniels. Daniels to Sahaja. Sahaja's got Zaneski on him. Westwood shadowing him as well. Robert. One-on-one defense with De Jesus, and Robert comes away with the rebound. Robert, nice pass inside to Lipton, who draws a foul. Be interesting to see what the full stats are for Robert too. I think when you count the steals and the rebounds, like he might be going for, a double-double, if not a triple-double tonight.
I mean, he probably has it on rebounds. He probably has the double-double at this point. He's been all over the court though.
Lipton, nothing but net.
We'll have to check with Mike before the end of the game.
Yes. Second one no good. Brady having a nice laugh about it. I'd love to see that. You know,
You can't let it
happens to the best of us.
Absolutely.
We are all mortals, mere mortals.
You probably can make more free throw attempts than I could, Morgan. I'll give him
Certainly,
that.
probably the both of us combined.
I think I could get 2. I'm good for 2.
Good for one,
Yeah.
2.
2 if I'm lucky.
It's not going to be nothing but net. It's going to be a clinger.
No, I got.
Roll around the rim too.
Yep.
Pass inside of Daniels. Got Gannon all over him. Gannon not backing down. Gets of course a missed shot. Panthers trying to keep it in. Stolen by Rodman. Rodman pushes it over to Alejandro, but stolen by Panthers. Suhaja turns it over to Flannery, who's driving and draws the foul and one.
It's huge for the Panthers here with 9 seconds left in this third period. They have a chance for a 3-point play, bring this back within 6, keep it close entering the fourth.
It's within arm's reach. That's what you want to do going into a fourth quarter. Three-point play complete. The old school three-pointer. That's what we were talking about last night. So Charlie Harrington was on the Westwood Living Sports Show. His father, Steve Harrington, 1,000-point scorer. Evan, he did that when there was no three-pointer, and also freshmen didn't play on varsity. And that shot is no good as the third quarter expires. Wolverines up 40-34. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back for the start of the fourth quarter.
Nothing in sports happens without commitment. You have to commit to prepare. You have to commit to compete. And when the game is on the line, you have to commit to making a decision and trust your preparation. The same is true when it comes to orthodontics. When you commit to improving your smile, you're making a commitment to a better life. Your mouth is the front door to your health. And who doesn't love showing off a beautiful smile when you're celebrating with friends and teammates? Arch Orthodontics is committed to you and being part of creating an even better you. When you're ready to commit, you know who to call.
Westwood High School Sports brought to you by Arch Orthodontics, creating generations of beautiful smiles with expert orthodontic care. And Neroli Ristorante, authentically Italian.
Welcome back, folks. It is crunch time. Wolverines up 6. 1 quarter remaining of basketball. Winner of this game is the front runner when it comes to the TVL Large. Still games to be played, but these are the games you need to win. These are the games of the teams that have the wins that make them the favorites to be the TVL Large champ. So looking to add to that. Robert outside off the front rim. Rebounded by McDonald. He's going to drive to the hoop. That is too strong. Rebounded by Chalongwa. And then picked up by Rodman. Rodman going to work it up. Rodman coming off the bench tonight, but certainly made his impact felt. Some big rebounds. He's had some steals. He's occasionally left wide open for a three, and every time I've seen him shoot it, he makes it. Turnover by the Panthers. It's a big play for them as they look to cut into Westwood's lead. Suhaja and the foul. That's a big play by Suhaja. He gets the Panthers within 4 and going to shoot a free throw to get them within 3.
Yeah, if you're Westwood right now, the thing you got to do is you got to eliminate the turnovers. And what I mean by that is you can't be giving away the balls. I've seen a couple passes forced into spots. Holliston's turned it over and gotten points off of it. So if you're the Wolverines right now, the biggest thing is ball security, making sure you're not giving away balls, you know, when you have opportunities in your court. You know, you want to keep possession and get points out of it.
Rodman. Wolverines patient as they let the clock wind down before their play going. Kicking over to Ortiz. Ortiz looking Middle of the court. Yeah, Chalungwa there, kicks out to Robert. Robert's got 3 on him, over to Pindell. Pindell shoots from 3. No good, rebounded by Suhaja. Suhaja's got some numbers, but Pindell does a good job hurrying back. And nice move by Suhaja, but unable to convert it. Pindell with the rebound, now Westwood pushing it. Robert cuts through the D, draws on a foul, and he will shoot 2. And an early foul too here in the 4th. You know, if you're Westwood, you want to get some fouls drawn on you where, hey, you get free buckets in a meaningful game. Well, you know, you're in the 4th quarter. That's a great problem to have.
At some point, I think you're going to see both teams try to start playing that driving to the hoop method, because it's just, you're going to see them drive to the hoop more than take outside shots, because it's just one of those opportunities, unless they're left wide open, where you could potentially get a foul on your opponent and lead you closer to the bonus. We haven't been anywhere near the bonus at all this game in any quarter. So right now, you know, as Westwood gets 2 there off the foul shots, that's probably what they're thinking. And I expect them to see, you know, I like that too in that possession. They slowed the game down. They took their time. They let the clock get down a bit, took a shot, didn't get it, but got the foul. Got 2 points out of it.
Panthers driving, and they draw the foul. After those 2 free throws by Liriano Alejandro, 25 points on the night for the senior captain.
The other thing I think you'll expect to see as well is I think you're going to see the Panthers start to drive in too. They've been had a willingness to take threes this game, but I think you're going to see them
draw the fouls. You try and get some of these guys rack up some fouls. You know, as you mentioned too, the team fouls. You get them to rack up that. You know, it's good things happen when you take pucks to the net, we say in hockey. It's no different than basketball. Both free throws made, so nicely done there by the Panthers. They have been playing terrific all night, but Wolverines been able to keep the lead and looking to continue to hold on that and add to it. Up 4 now as Robert kicks it out to Ortiz.
This is a chess match, Morgan. Both teams going back and forth.
Pindell draws 3. We got Robert wide open. That's no good, but Ortiz gets the rebound. He's going to put it off the glass and in. Ortiz making some big baskets tonight, and his presence has been felt.
That's one of the things we talk about. Get those offensive rebounds, get those second chance opportunities.
Great defense by Pindell. Ball goes out of bounds. Is that a foul called? I think it is. Foul on Pindell, which is questionable.
Yeah, it was a
very
close
questionable.
Close. I didn't get a good look, so I can't speak on it, but it felt close.
I'm looking in the Pindell fan section, and they are in agreement with me. I'm not big fans of that call.
I mean, we're not biased either or anything.
No, not at all.
But
driving, another foul called. So now that's 2 quick fouls called on the Wolverines, and they're now within 1 on the team limit for the 4th quarter.
Westwood is
Ryan Douglas, you know, beside himself, and I don't blame him.
Yeah, Westwood's in trouble
14
here.
fouls, 5 minutes remaining in the 4th. It's outrageous for these ticky-tack calls.
And the thing, too, is we've seen all game. We've talked about all game. It's been clean so far. I don't think Westwood's changed their game here in the last 3 minutes, so it is close. I don't know if I agree with all of them.
The Pindell foul, he's trying to get hands on a ball going out of bounds. You can't call a foul on that. I mean, that's just, there's zero malintent with, he's playing the ball.
So now Westwood, now you're kind of put in the position as Westwood. You have to play clean here at least for the next 3 minutes.
I'd expect a makeup foul call coming up pretty soon, maybe 2. Those are pretty bad.
And if you're Westwood, you just have to play clean. You have to play a little more conservatively here, and that kind of sucks. That's not Westwood's style. They're aggressive. They're an aggressive team, and they play better when they're aggressive. So, you know, I expect you to see maybe more aggressive on offense. But
Pindell driving, he took contact. Ball on the ground. Panthers trying to call a timeout, and they get it.
But you see it there, too, in that moment. Westwood, they're not actually reaching in to go for the ball. They would do that maybe for a jump ball possession, but Leo and Rob, they don't want to risk it. They don't want to get that 5th foul and put them in the bonus territory. We still have half a 4th quarter left. So, you know, for Westwood, it's going to change their style here. I expect to see Holliston take advantage of it. I bet you they're going to start driving the net. They can. They know Westwood's going to back off a bit more. So if you're Westwood, the key is taking away those driving lanes. You're going to have to play with a lot of more guys inside. That means you're going to have to give up those outside shots. Now, they're lower probability, but we've seen Holliston can make it, especially if you get in the hands of 10 over on the Holliston bench. So, it's one of those things where it's kind of forces your hand to play your best basketball here.
Yeah.
The Wolverines can do it. We know they can do it. We've watched them all season. It's one of those teams that can do it. But, you know, we've seen the situations where they're at 4 with about 2 minutes left, not 4:45.
It's a good timeout call, and the Wolverines didn't call it, but it's good for them because it allows them to get their guys out there. You know what I mean? And they got some rest. Get a little rest, and they can put out their guys.
Yeah, like you said, it gives your guys a rest. The only guy on the court right now who didn't start this game is Rodman.
Yeah, but he's their usual starter.
But
so.
he is, and so I expect you to see them get a little, you know, I wonder if we'll see John Power in at some point here, but if not, you know, it gives your starting 5 here a bit of rest and a bit just to get a little more energy here with 4:39 left on the clock. But Westwood has a little bit of an uphill challenge right now, even though they're up 4.
Westwood 4-point lead, up 44-40, 4 minutes 30 remaining here in the game. 2 top teams in the TBL Large going at it. Driving to the hoop, that's no good, but rebounded by the Panthers. Second attempt, no good. Chalongwa comes down with a big rebound.
Huge there for the Wolverines to play that cleanly as well. Ortiz wanted it there, he wanted the 3.
Do a good job. They have patience. If there's something off about it, they won't force it. You know? That was a tough pass, but well made adjustment by Pindell to keep the possession for the Wolverines. They have 10 on the shot. They work it around. Pindell open from the corner. Boom! And he looks back at the Den, saying, "How do you like that?"
Well, Ty Pindell has a history of clutch moments against Holliston. That's all I'll say.
Holliston answers with 2 of their own. 5-point game. This is how it's been all game, back and forth. Chalongwa set up in the middle. You got the guards on the outside. You also got Ortiz looking for 3. That's long. Coming away with it is McHugh. Panthers with the ball, down 5. 3-point attempt is in and out. Rebound, though, is put back and in by Fermani, and it's a 3-point game.
I kind of like this strategy of Westwood letting the clock run a little bit. You know, they know they're in foul trouble, so the best thing you can do is maintain possession.
Yeah.
It's not ideal in the sense of if Holliston can continue to score and you don't get some points here quick, you know, you might be in trouble, but...
Rodman. Jumper. No good. Rebounded by Panthers. Sensing a big Westwood stop here. There we go. Pindell with the steal. Pushing it up, driving. That is blocked, but foul call, and he's going to shoot 2.
Morgan, get a lottery ticket on your way home tonight.
And I'm looking at the Pindell section, and they like that call, and that's a good call. Ty is going to shoot 2. He's got 5 points. Make it 6.
Grady Lipton in now for Chalongwa.
Yeah. Make it 7. Pindell, the second half man. He is the second half assassin.
You know, I was thinking that earlier. You know, we've seen Ty Pindell have huge moments in the second half. As
Robert battling for it, but ball ends up back in the hands of the Panthers. They're trying to take advantage of Westwood's odd numbers, but no good with Lipton there for the rebound and the strong defense. They push it up court to Robert.
Now they're going to slow it down.
Yep.
But Holliston's going to get a little aggressive here, I think. You see, they see the time ticking down. They know that they're going to have
There's plenty of time. Only 5 points, minute 48. We'll get a timeout call by head coach Ryan Douglas. He'll talk through it with a minute 47.
You know, at some point here, you know, that Holliston's been letting Westwood run this clock down a bit to settle the ball. At some point, you're going to see them start using those fouls. Now, the benefit for Holliston is they only have 2 right now, so they can use 3. So that's going to help them out a bit. But at some point, they're going to use it. For Westwood, you have to continue to play clean. At some point, you're going to have to use your foul as well. It's just kind of how these games go, especially at the end of the game. but since the 5-minute mark in this game, they have not had a foul. And that's huge. That is a huge thing for Westwood because they were in trouble. They were in trouble. They were down. They were up 4, but you had to play your cleanest basketball, and they have so far. Still got to maintain that clean basketball. Clean passes are going to be the key. Don't force anything. Take the shots. You know, if you get down to 10 seconds, you're going to start to see him drive to the hoop. That's the best thing you can do. You know, take a 3 if you got it, but, you know, if you drive to the hoop, worst case scenario, you know, it's a rebound. Best case scenario, you get a bucket, you get foul shots.
Yep.
So for the Wolverines, at this point with a 5-point lead, unless they get something given to them on a silver platter, I don't expect to see them to take a long-range shot.
We got 19 on the shot. Not that it matters. Still plenty of time. As Tom says, never mention the shot clock if it's above 10.
Yeah.
But just setting the stage here, folks. Wolverines up 5. Minute 40 remaining here at Bader.
5.
Nice pass down low to Pindell. But Lipton driving. He draws a foul. Brady Lipton following the shot.
That's exactly what we were talking about. Drive in, you get those opportunities. You might not get the bucket, you got the foul opportunities. It's 2 for Lipton.
That's why he's in the game, folks.
Brady Lipton at the free throw line for the Wolverines has 2 shots.
He big rebounds off the bench. Brady Lipton. Big point there. With Wolverines up 6.
As I say, it's big. You didn't get that first one. Big to get 1 out of it
Yeah,
at the very least. You
get
put your
1.
team up 6. Now you're forcing Holliston to play from outside the arc.
Yep.
A 2-pointer at this point might not be enough.
And if they're not comfortable with outside the arc, as Westwood really forcing some tough passes, that's a 3-possession, 3-possession look if they're not going to be comfortable with the 3. So 11 seconds left on the shot clock as Westwood doing a good job. Nowhere to go. Lipton with good defense forces an errant shot. Ball in the hands of Bobby Buckets.
And he's going to slow it down. And
Yep.
you see the Holliston coach now calling to get him up
At
there.
what point
and
do you see him
foul
get
it.
fouled?
They do
There
it.
we go.
You're going to see it now. It's now tied 4-4 on the fouls.
Yep. Robert looking to add to his 25-point total. As these are clutch baskets right now. Actually, no, it's, you know what, it's only the 14th foul. My apologies.
But Morgan, if you had told me at the 5-minute mark that, you know, perhaps Holliston might be the team to get the bonus
Yeah,
first,
I would say no chance.
we wouldn't have believed you.
You know what? Basketball score will do that. And wow, he looked like he got hacked a couple times. No foul as Rodman's going to hand it off to Pindell. Pindell looking outside for Ortiz. Ortiz has a couple of breaks, and he's going to go to the line.
And now for Westwood, you know, if you can get a couple here even,
Put
you
it
know,
away.
at that
This
point,
is where you want to
put it
close the
away.
game out.
Absolutely.
It's like an empty netter in hockey, you know?
Yeah.
If you can make both.
Right.
First one, no good.
Even coming away with 1, though, is huge. I mean,
Yeah.
it puts this game at 7 points. That's still hard. With 37 seconds left, you need to be perfect if you're Holliston. There we go.
Second one is good. And the girls have arrived after their big win on the road.
They made it just in time.
Sahaja for 3. That's off the back rim. Pindell comes down with it. And he gets
and there it
fouled. And he's going to shoot to close this game out and to give the Wolverines a big win to go up 11-3 on the season and have well-positioned look for a TVL Large Championship with they can keep on the right path the remaining games.
Yeah, it's been a huge day for the Wolverines. I mean, not looking at the TVL or the MIAA, the big thing, just the playoffs and the standings at that point. The big thing that the takeaway from this game is really, truthfully, this team can hang with just about anyone that comes in here and is a good team. Let's give credit to Holliston. They're a great team. This is a hard fight battling team. You know, but Westwood can hang with just about any team, and they're a good team, and I think that's what you're going to see out of the Wolverines late.
And Fidel gets the rebound. He's got the sharp elbows and gets the foul called, and he'll shoot 2 again. He has 8 points. Very quiet start. It's kind of how his season's been going. He's been doing all the big things early on in games, rebounds, some great defense, and then he really gets his offense going in the second half. And you know, he's we got to come up with a nickname, you know, about that.
But you know, and I think the thing too about it is, like, you know, that's not a bad thing too. I mean,
No.
like, you'd like to.
It's clutch buckets, you know.
Right. You need a guy like that on your team who, when the lights get bright, just has ice in his veins, isn't going to let the pressure get to him and make a play for you. Sometimes you just need that. And, like, you know, we say in hockey all the time.
Off the top rim. Kendall gets the rebound, and the Wolverines get the big win at home, 53-44 over the Holliston Panthers, and the Wolverines hold the key to their own destiny when it comes to a TVL Large Championship. So they have obviously more games to be played. I believe they have to play Hopkinton again. I think they have to play Dedham again, and Ashland. But if they win out, they got it. It's theirs.
It's a massive win for the Wolverines. It's a massive testament to this team. They're going to be a fun team to follow throughout the rest of the season. So, great team win all around. Big day for Robert Liriano, Alejandro. Yep. Big day for Ortiz. Big day for Shalongwa. Big day for Pindell. Big day for all the boys. So, great team win. They're going to celebrate this one.
Robert Liriano, Alejandro leading the way for the Wolverines, 25 points. Incredible night as the Wolverines get their 11th win on the season to go 11-3, and the Panthers fall to 10-5. That is going to do it here from Bader Gymnasium, folks. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you all again soon. From Evan Cardamino, I am Morgan Donahue, and thank you again. Have a great night.